We have been waiting for parts to come in for the baby hammer. Mostly all the parts we needed are in. So we're gonna go ahead and tackle the front suspension first on that car, and then we'll work our way to the back. Today I'm gonna be focusing on the struts and control arms, etc. So let me show you what I'm working with here. I got the front struts in the hardware, and that's the rear struts, Bilstein B8s. You got all your sway bar bushings, strut mounts, sway bar end links, dampers, boot covers, control arms with the bushings pressed in, of course, and then those will be for the rear, and then the rear arms. Mostly whatever we could get from Mercedes we got, so some stuff's Limforder because they were no longer available from Mercedes. But we got the car here, and I'm gonna jack up this end, take the wheel off, and start on this side, and then we'll work our way to the other side and start freshening up the suspension. As far as all the other stuff, I'll show you what's going on interior. Everything is pretty much apart. The AMG wood trim has been taken off and sent out, and it's being redone. So everything is taken apart. We have a window regulator issue that Joe's working on. The headliner is out, and so some progress is being made, of course. So let's go ahead and take off this wheel and get to working. Thought I was gonna hit Joe's Nissan with the handle there. Scared the crap out of me. Yeah, let's check the ball joint. Oh yeah. You hear that? Clicking. That's toast. So we're gonna go ahead and take the wheel off now and get to work. So we got the pads are in nice shape, rotors are smooth. No bump stops disintegrated, you can see them up there. No dust covers. We got 4 ribbed spacer for the springs. Springs are black. The rubber back there is shot on the control arms. See that? The rubber. That was the clicking that I was moving the wheel earlier. It's ripped. All these bushings are old, so we'll swap those for the sway bar here and there. We gotta take the belly pan off. I'm gonna jack up the other side and just get the front of the car raised completely. All right, now let's go ahead and take off the under panel. We just got these Phillips screws here. Oh, there's the cap from the, this is the cap from the smog pump I noticed was missing. And I noticed there's a coolant leak. Let's see where that's coming from. Oh, looks like he needs a new radiator. Wah, wah, wah. All right, so I've got the spring compressor in, and I'm gonna be compressing the springs first. And I'll show you guys how that looks. Goes through the actual tower there, through the hole, and that shim, and that shim, and then those teeth in there lock into place. You guys have seen me do this before. I'm going to compress the spring. Then should be able to slide it out. All right, next up, we're loosening the control arm bolts here. Got a 22 on both sides. Okay, well, that'll drop down. Let me loosen up this guy. This is terrifying, I hate these. All right, let's go ahead and grab our new control arm out of the bag here. It is gonna be this guy, I believe. With the hardware. Pretty heavy. Just removed the 19mm nut with the Allen, and I got the strut out. Got my new strut. First, before we put the new strut in, I'm going to transfer this bracket, and then we'll go ahead and remove the strut mount, put our new strut mount in, new hardware. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, we got the stabilizer bar with the strut here. Here's our new assembly. Go ahead and fit that on there, and then we'll get all that together. Before we get it together, we're going to take the motor mounts out, and we got to remove the other side links. So for now, I'm just gonna put this together, remove the other side links, and get ready for the motor mounts. Alright, so for the passenger mount, it's pretty easy. We have a 17 socket. Looks like somebody's replaced this mount at some point in time, but we don't know when. So we'll just replace it. They didn't replace the other side, and I'll show you in a minute, because it's hard to get to. Once you have the car in the air, it's a lot easier. I've already supported the transmission with a block, raised it as much as we need. Now I'll go ahead and loosen this part, and we'll go ahead and get that mount out. Yep, that'll work. Wasn't that tight because it's hard to get to. Offset wrench. Okay. Put this back in there. Alright, so we got the bolt out here on the bottom, and now we got to get to the top bolt here. Kind of hard to record, so I can record that, but I'll get that bolt out. Alright, so I was able to get a socket on this driver's side mount, which is really difficult. I was able to break it free with a longer extension on the top. Now I'm getting in here by hand and loosening that bolt. And once we have that bolt out, engine is raised, we can take our mount out. So there's the bolt. And now the mount. We gotta jack the engine up a little bit more. And that should do it. As far as the mount coming out. There we go. There's our old mount. Pretty ripped up. Well, let's get our new one in. Slide in there like so. New one is a little bit thicker as the rubber is not stretched, so I'm gonna have to raise the car a tad bit more, which I'm gonna do right now. Under there. Alright, now we're gonna get back to installing our assembly here. Let's see if I can get it in. First this one. Kink in it. Slide in. Of course, nothing is easy. Okay. I had the bolt. Oh, there it is. Down. There. All right. Caught that one. Back in there. There's bolts here. Get this guy in here. Tighten everything up. Our drag link assembly is done. Of course, it's on the move. Okay. Cut that by hand. This by hand. And now we can go ahead and tighten everything here. It's 17, of course. Okay. Good and tight there. And that one is tight too. And those we're gonna need 2/17. Tighten those up. Let's go on the other side, tighten those up. Gonna tighten this guy up and that guy. See, this one's spinning here. So we gotta put an Allen, hold it. The other ones, for whatever reason, didn't spin. That's alright. Figure that out. Probably missing from here. Where that one is. Okay. Got it. Alright, to get the bottom ones, tighten all those up, and we'll be done with that. So a recap of what we've got done on the 300E as far as the suspension goes. We've got the all the drag links, the tie rod end links, strut mounts, struts. The motor mounts are in, and we'll be finishing up the front end on the next video and possibly the rear end. For now, let me show you what we're working with. So just for reference, if you guys have a 91 300E AMG 3.2, 3.4, the control arms that Mercedes used are late model ones. What I mean by that is the 94, and I'll show you in a minute. So these guys here, these are not serviceable, but look at the angle here. And on the new ones, the angle is completely different. So you can't use these. They hit on the rotor. So we're gonna have to return these. So a bit of a setback, and we're gonna have to order. I've already ordered the TRW 94 model ones, which have that angle we're missing, but we got the new strut mounts. We got the strut, boots, bump stop. Also, do note the bump stop, the yellow one, the flat wide part goes up and the conical part goes downward. I did have to correct that, but you know, regardless, I had to take the springs out, so it wasn't that big of an issue. But I got all the drag links set. They're set to what the other ones were. So we'll see. It'll probably need to be adjusted. Alignment will have to be done regardless. So add that to the list. So yeah, gonna wait for those struts or those control arms, and we'll finish this thing up on the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.